Hey, how's everybody doing today? Today I want to show you, in my search of the ultimate pocket knife, let's say, I have come across this one. And I may have found it. This one's from Zero Tolerance. This is the 0562 CF. So let's discuss. Zero Tolerance, one of their mottos is proudly overbuilt in the USA, and that's always awesome. The knives for sure are known as tanks. They're built exceptionally well, overbuilt as they say. Of course, this one has a carbon fiber scale. It's a flipper knife, so you got your flipper right here. You've got titanium on the other side. 4 standoffs right here. This is also a titanium liner. So titanium on both sides, carbon fiber on the outside of the one side. It is a flipper knife. Now the detent in mine is a bit stiff. I expect that to wear in. I've only opened it, I don't know, 50 times or so, but I expect that to wear in as it goes. Very good looking knife, but when it's flipped open, that works as a finger choil right here. So you can jam it into a pumpkin and you're not going to slice your fingers up or whatever you're jamming it into. Anyway, very nice grind quality here. It comes really sharp, as all ZT knives do. Really nice grind here, a nice kind of brushed finish. Contrasts with the stone-washed rest of the blade here. And you've got another secondary grind on the back. It's not sharpened, of course, but looks cool, reduces weight a little bit. It's a very strong point because it's a relatively thick blade. Anyway, this here is not a thumb stud, so it's a lock bar. Obviously, you see the lock bar there. This is not a thumb stud. You really can't open this with the stud. It's not serrated, so you can't get any traction on it, plus it doesn't stick up enough to really get any hold on it. You can pretty much not get this open even when you try. It's a flipper knife, so not a thumb stud. The blade steel is CPM 20 CV. I've heard of this coming in other blade steels, but this is the 20 CV, CPM 20 CV. Rick Hinderer design. They call this the Rick Hinderer knife that's built better than a Rick Hinderer knife. So it's built by CT, but it's a Hinderer design. But some people are saying that it's better than the knives that are produced by Rick himself. I don't know that to be true. I don't have any of those. So the lock bar is got a lock bar stabilizer, but there's also a adjustable lock bar there, insert. That so if lock bar were to wear, you can adjust it to still lock up completely solid. And this thing locks up absolutely rock solid. But it's stabilized here with the adjustable lock bar. It's also stabilized here with the lock bar stabilizer disc. So you can't push this out any farther than that to get the knife closed. Kind of interesting. The pocket clip here is strays a little bit from the rest of the Zero Tolerance line because it goes all the way and wraps around the end. So it's extremely deep pocket carry. So you're not going to see any knife sticking out of your pocket when you're carrying it. All you're going to see is this clip. The clip is also offset at an angle so that it kind of tucks into the back of your pocket. So you can still use your pocket. It doesn't get in the way and you forget that you have it on. So very smart design there. To get this open with the pivot here, you need a tool from each side. It does not have a captive bolt from the one side like some of them do. The hook here on the flipper, it curves up a little bit. So there's one, nitpick of an issue here. It's nice when you're in the full open position because your hand's not going to slide off of here for any kind of, puncturing tasks you might have. But the issue I see here is when you pull the lock bar over, this hits really fast, and when you let go of the lock bar, sometimes it can flip back over if you're not really sure. So you kind of have to push it with your other hand to get it to close. Some of the other knives, you can push this over and just flip it on to your finger and then let it fall. It's a little more difficult with this just because of the tiny little curvature of the flipper there. But anyway, stonewashed titanium on the other side, very handsome knife. Retail price on this is $260 in the US, which seems fair for this level of quality. The Rick Hinderer knives, like I think it's called the X18, they're more like $425. For a very similar build, a little bit less chunky on that one, but really cool. I think if you were to take one knife, like if you were leaving your home, it's Armageddon, you can take one knife with you, this would be a good choice because this thing is going to last forever. The lockup is extremely tight. I mean, it's like a fixed blade. When this thing locks up, it's rock solid. There's absolutely no motion there. The centering on the blade is perfect. There's a little bit of jimping here in the liners, which is interesting. But super high quality knife. Nick Shabazz, if you want to see a good review, he goes over it extremely well, but he calls